Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PWG Pro Wrestling Gorilla. Is being held tonight in front of 3,265 fans here at the California Peterson Gym. We have an 83B plus with Michael Cole. Welcome us to the Battle of Los Angeles tonight, where 16 men will fight off in a single elimination tournament. And I said men because Candace is not here. 83B plus out the gate. Going to go quickly here because there's a lot of stuff to get to. And a good match, Chris Hero defeats Jeff Cobb in 11:15 by submission with a Hangman's Clutch, 63-59. The crowd was warmed up by the match. No skill improvements, but a 63C out the gate between Chris Hero and Jeff Cobb. Next up in an exceptional match, Nick Jackson defeats Penta in 12:05 with a 450. 83 for Nick, 75 for Penta. No skill improvements. This got the crowd buzzing further, 80B. And we're going to have a lot of buzzing, I believe, in this show because it is booked to the rooftop. All right, next up. And about that, I had good wrestling and good heat. Joey Ryan of the World's Cutest Tag Team defeats Desmond Xavier in 10:28 by submission. A 70 and a 67 for Xavier and Ryan collectively. One half of the big guys, Desmond Xavier, is improving in technical skills, but he is out of the tournament early on. Brian Pillman Jr. will be in action later, though. 72B minus. Next up, and about that, had great wrestling and good heat. Sammy Guevara defeats Will Ospreay in 13:19 with the 630. So kind of an upset here. Guevara gets the victory here over Will Ospreay. 70C plus for Guevara. Ospreay taking the loss here in the first round. All right, next up, Brian Cage defeats Matt Riddle in 10:36 with a pump handle facebuster, a 64C. Cage and Riddle did not seem to click in the first time matchup, which is unfortunate, but a 64-56 things could have been worse. Matt Riddle, though, is improving in performance. Next up, in a superb wrestling match and with great heat, Brian Pillman Jr. defeated Dragon Lee in 12:36 by pinfall with a tornado DDT. Dragon Lee debuted his fan favorite gimmick, which got a good rating. That's great. 72 and 83. And Brian Pillman Jr. is improving in performance, which is great. 73B minus for these two high flyers. Next up, in a decent match, Noam Dar defeats Michael Elgin in 10:05 by pinfall with a Champagne Super Knee Bar. 57C minus with a 51 and a 53 for Elgin and Dar collectively. Dar is improving in performance. That's great. 57C minus. Also, in a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Matt Jackson defeats Phoenix in 13:05 by pinfall with a moonsault. They had great chemistry, which is good, which really lifted the match high. 85, though, for Matt. Phoenix with a 68. Can't complain there. 80B. All right, Michael Cole wraps up round 1, and he welcomes us to round 2. Now, I could have went through and laid out the tournament brackets, but I decided since I did that last time, we weren't going to do it this time around. We're going to do it a little differently. You guys can let me know in the comments if you want to see the tournament brackets going forward or if you kind of like the suspense a little bit. 85B plus, though, here. Starting in round 2, in a match that had good heat and decent wrestling, Chris Hero defeats Brian Cage in 11:08 with a rolling elbow. 61C. Hero lifting Brian Cage a little bit in this match. 16-51. Announcer quality lifted match. Chris Hero is off his game. That's unfortunate, but no skill improvements as well. So that's a little bummer. I was expecting Brian Cage and Chris Hero to be one of my favorite second round matchups and didn't really get to where I needed to get to, which is kind of a bummer. 61C. Next up, and about that is superb wrestling and great heat, Brian Pillman Jr. defeats Nick Jackson in 11:06 with a tornado DDT. 81, and look at Pillman Jr. 77, keeping up. Nick Jackson is improving in performance. 74B minus. I'm very pleased with that. Next up, Noam Dar defeats Joey Ryan in 13:03 by pinfall with a Champagne Super Knee Buster. 71 and a 61 for Ryan and Dar with a 62C overall. And I was expecting a little bit more out of this matchup, but what can you do? Ryan and Noam Dar, I guess, didn't really mesh that well. Could have been worse. Could have been better, I guess. We'll take the 62C, though. Next up, Sammy Guevara defeats Matt Jackson in 12:25 by pinfall with a 630. And we're kind of using the show also because it's an event to get over some of these workers to a high degree, to try to build up some of the guys that we have on the lower end of the card, get them over and, get better ratings out of them. Using a show like this where it's a tournament format can really do that. 63C here, Matt with a 72. 61, Matt Jackson is getting stale at its gimmick. Michael Cole wraps up round 2 and welcomes us to round 3. 80B here. Round 3, and about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Chris Hero defeats Sammy Guevara in 5:44 by pinfall with a Hangman's Clutch facebuster. 59 for Hero, 54 for Sammy Guevara. And I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to regret the finals here because Chris Hero has not been getting good ratings whatsoever in this tournament. 61C. In a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, Brian Pillman Jr. defeats Noam Dar in 9:18 with a Tornado DDT to a 72 B- tune. It drifted a little bit. 78 and a 57 for Pillman Jr. and Noam Dar. No skill improvements, though. So we got Brian Pillman Jr. taking on Chris Hero in the finals of PWG's Battle of Los Angeles 2019. Michael Cole, though, says that coming up next is a special attraction where, to split up the main event, we're going to have the boys take on the kids all right. 83 B+. And about that, I had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The kids are all right. Kid Laredo and Kid Lycos defeated the boys, Brandon and Brent Tate. When Laredo Kid defeated Brent Tate by pinfall with a Laredo 630. 70 and 72, 50 and 57. Very happy with the boys overall in ring, as well as the kids are all right. Laredo Kid and Kid Lycos. 72 B-, and we're going to go ahead and get to the finals now of the 2019 Battle of Los Angeles. Guys, this episode is going pretty quick because it's a tournament and because this format kind of lends itself to PWG really well. 72 B-, please be a 70 rating, please. Wow, fuck. Okay, and about that had great heat and a decent reaction. Let's start that over. And about that had great heat and decent wrestling. Chris Hero defeats Brian Pillman in 13-11 by pinfall with the Emerald Elbow. Chris Hero wins the PWG Battle of Los Angeles Championship 52 and 47. Jesus. Pillman Jr. is off his game. This is no bueno. I mean, we're so lowly rated still. We're still PWG regional. We're going to get bumps, but jeez, this is like we're showing a long time. 55 C-. Ugh. We increased our popularity in 11 regions. I wasn't really worried overall with the ratings because, as I said, we're just giving it as it is. We're gonna gain. That's not a problem because of where we're at overall. But was not happy with that overall rating. 64. Chris Hero, I don't think put anything above a 61. I mean, I liked the story with Chris Hero coming back to PWG a year ago. Was a staple there for a long time. I thought it was a fun story to tell, but clearly it's just not what the fans want to see. Chris Hero, obviously declining physical ability, really hurted him in a lot of the matches, but he still has a really good rating, so I was a little bummed off of that. We'll go look at our championships real quick and see where they have sitting, at least for the prestige. We haven't done that in a minute. Let's go ahead and let this finish up here. It goes really quick. What did they think about our show? Let's see. They thought... Where's it at? It was awesome. All right. Oh, look at this. Impact looking at Sami Zayn. That would be interesting. Let's go ahead and check our titles here. Prestige. Yeah, that dropped it huge. That is a bummer. We dropped it 9 based off of that. DDT is still 100, obviously. That hasn't changed. Still, these haven't changed. 71 and 95. So that's good. What we're going to do real quick here, though, we're going to modify this, and we're going to make this floating to try to lift it a little bit. All right. Well, this was PWG Episode 20, the Battle of Los Angeles 2019. And I'm a little bummed. Our next show, as you can see, is named Bananarama, which I will spoil if you're still watching. Austin Aries had said at the end of episode 18, 19, 3 Mendes 5, that he wouldn't be setting foot into a PWG arena. All this gold was on the line. And we have confirmed with Excalibur that at episode 21, Bananarama, Austin Aries will take on Candice LeRae for the PWG Championship. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a glorious rest of your day.